Okay, so this morning you were dealing with some anxiety, and there was some pent up frustration and uncertainty, and you were not feeling good about when you were working on Zog. You weren't really feeling good about it. You thought you should be done with this project and it should be past you and over with, and you should be moving on to other things. And you started importing the rap epic in pieces, and you realized during the editing process and importing that you were feeling really good. And you especially realized it as you were editing and the system was cooperating with you, and basically the bottom line being that you've been feeling really good for hours on end, like 4 or 5 hours. You've been feeling pretty good, like you haven't felt in a while good, and like no background noise, no static good, the kind of good that you would think that most human beings who you see out there happy and smiling are feeling um, on a daily basis. And you were wondering about the ingredients of this. So today you've taken 2 Wellbutrin. You've taken 1.5 milligrams of Dex. So you've taken about 7 milligrams of Dex. You haven't eaten a lot. I think that a lot of the feelings you're having, I was thinking that a lot of the feelings you're having associated with this sense of well-being are being induced by your lack of eating, this constant hunger, and this constant need to eat, and you need to satiate your appetite, and so you're eating less, and there's a good feeling about it. It's just really affecting you positively. And I mean, you weren't doing, like 6 hours ago, you weren't doing perfectly. You wrote this. You wrote some of this down. When I'm not sure what to say, when I'm not excited enough, when the words are not coming to me, when I'm quiet and a little confused, or when I'm overthinking, when I don't feel like I get it, why? Am I saying enough? Am I too quiet? Am I expressing myself enough? What if I can't? What if it's just not enough? Do I look off into space? You were really having those usual kind of anxieties and negative feelings about uncertainty and doubt and whatnot. And then as you got to editing and you got to really getting into the rap epic and realizing that your computer is behaving really splendidly in consideration that the rap epic is really taking up a lot of time on the timeline. It's over 15 minutes long so far, and it's going to get longer. I don't know necessarily if you're going to be able to reach the maximum duration of time that the rap epic is, but I'm hoping that will be the case. I really wanted to try to make it work. But yeah, you were doing. I mean, you're just doing really good. There was a lot. There was a clarity. That was another thing. There was a sense of clarity, and a sense of you were multitasking and juggling thoughts in your head and doing one thing after another, and there was no problem. You were really just making it happen, and you weren't getting agitated and angry and yelling at yourself and being frustrated. So I've got to say, it seems to be Wellbutrin and a major cut down in food consumption. Of course, that's because you were sick on Monday, 24 hours you were sick, and you haven't been consuming a lot of food. Now, you've noticed that when you eat much less one day, you really cut down your food intake, and then you eat more normal, good-sized meals the next day, and then you cut down the next day, every other day. It seems to work out really well. I mean, I do remember you doing that and really feeling good. So I think that it was really positive, and I want to make sure that we can keep this up. It was really something special.